here in Luzerne. We're about to get on the boat to go to Pilatus, so that's basically where we are. Let's have a little look around. Well, there it is, 11:20 departure we're looking at. 10 minutes to go. We're out in front of the old facade of the original railway station. Which has been superseded by something that's hiding behind the bus. I'll have a look at it in a minute. If you look beyond those buses, you can see a concrete edifice. That's the new railway station. Just looking back the other way, I'm just taking this wildlife. Swans everywhere here, really quite attractive. Looking a bit further afield, just looking back towards the old town with the towers in the background that apparently signify the old walled village. The boat that we're heading off on, and a little bit further around. There's the object of the exercise. See it up there. Now that's obviously done on a better day than we have today, if we have a look at the weather prevailing. A bit murky, to say the least. Another view of that railway station. As you can see, it is nothing more than a huge modern concrete edifice. Not much going for it at all. We'll continue the pan around here. There will be trees and beautiful autumn tonings. Not quite sure what this huge building is. Waterfall, really large waterfall there. Continuing on around, and there's the vessel which is scheduled to take us to the start of the cog railway. Well, here are the people waiting to board the boat. Yep. As I say, the weather is a little bleak. You look out towards the hills there. What we'll see is anyone's guess. We'll go and have a look. Well, we're up on board. There's a hiss and a roar. I have a suspicion something might be about to occur. We'll just take a look around here. Well, that's an art gallery or whatever. Big building. The guy responsible for that loud toot is hiding from us. We'll go and see if we can find him. There he goes. He's absolutely in charge of things here. Wing paint's coming off. All ahead. And as we slowly depart, next stop, cog railway. Let's just have a little look across here at the horizon as we go. Just have to zoom in a little. Just get that skyline. See that produce. See, the whole waterline is quite expansive in terms of buildings looking up onto it. But the green fields in behind, and unfortunately very low, claggy looking weather in the general direction of where we're heading. In fact, I'll have to get out of it because it's starting to rain upon me. Opening here, I guess that's where we're heading. There it is. We've got a spot of rain on the leads. Well, there's the township of Lucerne disappears behind us. Some children the same everywhere. And look at this. These people only been on board for 30 seconds and they're eating already. Hello in there, you big grins. This looks warmer. It would appear we make a couple of stops on the way. What's particularly interesting, of course, is the colours over here. We just sort of come across. Let's take a look at this. I might go outside so we don't get it through the window. I wonder why those people wear those funny hats. Oh, good question. Now look at that colour. You ever see anything quite like that? Try again. This has got to be autumn at its most magnificent. Incredible. I figure this is probably summer holiday accommodation here. Docks down in front. Quite expensive anyway. That's just looking back. Back down, I was going to say the harbour, but it's not exactly a harbour. But disappearing into the past, the town of Lucerne. There's been lots of oohing and ahhing because the colours are just getting better and better and better. And while it's a pretty bleak and miserable looking day, probably what makes them show up even more. Have you ever seen anything like it? Trees are almost glowing. And up there, I guess that's a Swiss house. We're going to see if we can have a... Oh, there's lots of ways in that. Swiss houses here. Beautiful. Quaint little shed.
Oh, look at that. Marvelous.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
I've been to London and Paris. Yes. So Switzerland is the most beautiful country I've been.
The most beautiful country I've seen too. The boat sheds are sharper than...
Right.
Look at the reds in this tree, will you? No, I don't know what it is. We'll have a close look.
Yes.
I don't know, but it's... anyway. Shooting an approach here. So See the house in the background?
Hotel Plaza.
Oh,
You see the one to the left though with the...
you're green.
Yeah. We'll go and have a closer look at it. Look at that.
How long have you been for?
This is my second day.
Okay.
I changed the train in Japan.
Take a look at the silver birch and what they've done with it. Looks like they've actually pulled the top down, tortured the thing. But the gardens along here, you can imagine what the flowers are like in season. The question is, are they maples? Short stop, a hotel down on the lake. And another one there. Oh, well, there's another house just coming to view up here. I'll just see if I can catch it. Maybe we'll get another look at that. And yes, this is the boat shed for that house we were just having a quick look at. I mean, it's just a little boat shed. Everyone should have one of these in the back bottom of the garden. There's been a lot of money made looking after other people's money. There's the house coming into view again. Yeah. Well, the boat shed does sort of match the house, doesn't it? No one living there, of course. It's only a summer residence. Look at this. Unfortunately, the light's not that good now. Do you reckon that's a cable car?
It goes, you can, I saw it before, the mist sort of covering it
Yeah.
back there, it curves up right away.
Yeah, well, yes. But have a look at these trees over here, mate. Look right onto the waterline.
They are too.
Isn't that amazing?
Right on the waterline.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll get those when he swings around because I think he's coming in behind this guy. I'm sure he is. Because that's a hotel up there.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, that could be a penny.
Well, he's actually turned around and he's coming in here, so...
But he has
He's going
to...
to follow the other guy.
Oh, is it? Oh, there you go.
Check. Oh, yeah.
Up into the mist now, and really looks quite eerie. I don't know how this will pick it up. Going just around a bit further, you can see the cable car running up. Well, there it is, parked, ready to go.
There we go.
Struth, that's our foghorn going, and there's its path running up the hill there.
Here we go.
And someone informs me that is a Swiss cow watching the line. In fact, there's two Swiss cows watching the line. With bells on. There it goes up into the ether. That's a funny looking road, it goes nowhere. Well, I guess it must be an airfield. I'm starting to slow down, and the clock would indicate that we must be getting fairly close to our destination. So So, once again, if we have a look at the hills, look at this for colour. Is the camera going to do it justice? This is as far as we go by boat. We have arrived. Well, we've dismounted and we're still on the edge of the lake. We're just going to come around this way. See, if you look real quick, you'll see Valerie about to go downstairs there. The reason she is going downstairs becomes obvious. You come around here, because on the other side we have what it is called the Pilatus Barn. Pilatus Barn. And that is the cog rail. Pretty bloody steep. But this goes up the hill there somewhere. Let's go check it out. Oh, there she is. Hello. Dennis is trying. Well, that's the boat leaving. Dennis is getting us a ticket. He's converting our ticket to a ticket. And if you come around here, it says that the next departure is 13:10, and it appears we don't have a lot of time. Dunker? What do you do?
It'll come out of
Oh, okay. Well, it appears that one's not going, and this one's waiting for me. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Trying to get you up there, but they wouldn't give it up.
No, this is the best seat. You watch what happens here. Well, we're going to be looking down the hill.
See what I'm doing?
There's our boat vessel leaving.
I'm moving away from the heat.
They've had enough.
So hot.
Oh, you're going to have to see where we've been.
So they're heading back. And, those intrepid voyageurs, oh, they've had a launch.
Not that one. Why not? Hey, careful, you might fall out. No, don't. You'll fall out.
It's all right,
Wind
it's
it
all
up.
right.
It's open.
Oh, very good. They're trying to excite me here. They are succeeding. Anyway. And if we look back down here, you can see where we just departed from. Oh, look at that. Oh, does that give you a vertigo?
I just got out.
We're there.
We're there. That didn't take long, did it? That was straight up the hill. But we'll have a closer look at this because this is a cog rail. Hop! And I found where the window was. But it's cog rail because it runs on
I think the boats are too big on
cogs. They're the steepest cog rail they have. Running up the hill. Look out here. There's the view. Sorry, Dennis. Mainly because she only got interested since I cancelled my only since I cancelled my life insurance that she's really got interested.
Then you'll go right to the police still.
Are you impressed? Who's impressed? You're impressed? Are you impressed?
No.
No?
I'm scared.
You're scared? Well, it is different. Let me have a look at it. Just been pointing out, the visibility is going to get somewhat diminished from here on in. Mainly because we're running with the cloud. That's a shame. A lot of fun while it lasted. It does look a bit... Why didn't you read the instructions earlier? Percent will drop like that. Look at that. Does that look awesome? How did they build this thing, I wonder?
TV.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know the guy. Helen, yeah. We've actually come out of that fog. We're out of over the top of it, haven't we?
Wow.
I don't like this one.
You're right, I'd rather be going up there.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
I must talk about it right to tell you.
That looks a bit weird. Through the cloud layer now, and yeah, well, things are opening up again, so what a shame. That's unlikely to burn off for the rest of our trip. I'll look the other way. Double track here.
And 10 seconds served as a parking station. In the days of steam locomotives, water was taken on here, and today it is used as a reservoir and pumping station for the hotels on the summit that belongs to Coburg.
So they had steam engines coming here at one stage, huh? Well, we're not sure what's happened here, but the driver's just decided he'd get off. He's got the phone, he's lifted the phone.
He's talking to himself on the radio.
We're all sitting here without anyone in control. He's hanging up, he's frowning, he's rubbing his eyes. I think no, it's all right. He doesn't look too worried. Obviously something is going on. I hear a sound. Maybe it's a downcoming train.
Is it?
Look at that. Oh, such intuition. We'll keep the camera rolling. This could be an event. Clive James would be pleased to see this. Quite frightening, really. Look at this. Look at these people. They're all white-knuckled. Oh, it's a rubbish car. Oh, dirt. Let's have another look at that. Oh dear.
Cooking zone.
Very, very efficient. Now we decided that was a trash train, and this one coming down now is a real train. And this guy's keeping a pretty close eye on it. He's not showing any sign of recognition to the driver. Maybe they're not talking. Oh, he did wave. That's good. Very positive sign. Here he comes. He's about to mount our machine. Here we go. It's somewhat relieving to know he's back on board. There we go. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. That was a quick interchange with the crashed train and the downward train. Well, that's where we were. You can see that the track's actually split there, they divide. And the guy obviously switched it for us. There's the other one going the other way. Foggy, Switzerland. Eerie. Rocks holding on, or should I say these trees holding on to the rock. Quite amazing. Obviously, have running repairs we've got to do here. This guy gets to have a break every time a train goes past. So it's a new form of shovel leaning. No, he's not leaning on his shovel. He's digging a hole. He and his mate down there. Happy chappy. Anyway, for the technically inclined, we have an amp meter there reading about 100 amps, and a voltmeter reading something. I can't read it at the moment. And the rest of the controls, well, who knows? All sorts of instructions there. Handbrake there. No one driving from this end for obvious reasons. But we're still climbing. I don't know if you can make that out. Just there's ice there now. We've obviously got into the freezing zone.
What do you think, mate?
Definitely in the freezing zone now. I can see as we come up here. And you can feel the wind is
Meine Damen und Herren, die Datumsgrün 3132 Meter über See. Hier Geschwindigkeit vergessliche Konzentration im Datum. Besten Dank. Auf Wiedersehen. Datumsgrün 7,000 feet above sea level. We wish you a memorable visit to the summit. Thank you and goodbye.
how high?
7,000.
I can't say anything, but snow.
Well, we got on board that thing at just on 10:02. Try again, 10 past. It's just over half an hour to get up 7,500 feet. Quite amazing. It's awesome, great view.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Awesome, is it? Look at that awesome view.
Yeah.
That view is awesome. Is that an awesome view? Ooh. We have a major upset here. We've just read the notice. Don't know what it means. We'll go and check it out. What was the question again? Are you in the right one?
This is lady.
Well, where were you going?
I'm going to the means.
Was there anyone in there?
No.
Oh, well, probably no problem.
What a shame.
Well, our view is somewhat impeded because the weather has totally caked in. But they're kind enough to show us a video of what we might have seen if we had been here on a better day or when we come back next time. So we can only imagine. what it may have looked like via that video. Well, the decision has been made that we go down the hill, so we're now heading for the cable car, and we'll take the downward journey as it appears. Apparently that's what the view would have looked like, but this thing is actually a ticket. We had a little practice run on it, but what we do is we actually stick it in this hole here, and it goes in there, reads it, comes back out, light turns green, and away we go. Well, what do you reckon it is, Dennis? I mean, you're right into tractors. Oh, you got to have one? All those levers. Huh? Pushing and pulling and going fast machine? Love it. I wonder how often they cut and polish it. It's got tracks. It's a snowplow. Snowplow. Okay, got it.
Japanese
Yamaha. Well done. Well, enough of the Yamaha, because what we have now is genuine Swiss engineering, one can only assume. We're going to descend into the clouds, and I think the view from here will be, someone said awesome. Well, I know these cameras have trouble with white balance. If you follow that cable down there, it just disappears into the white without any balance. Well, it's coming up 2 o'clock. Everything's closed. We got that wrong. It wasn't 7,500. It looks like it was 7,000 feet. And we're going to entrust our lives and everything else to this piece of engineering. I just hope there's no low-flying American aviators around. Have you got a rating on this yet, Dennis? It's got a rating on this? Well, there's no point hiding. You can stand at the back, but you're only going to get there 1 millisecond after us. Well, this is nothing serious. The man in charge is arriving. Okay, shut. Safety latch on. Power check. Logbook.
Hurry up.
Holy shit. It's all bloody automatic. I mean, the guy wasn't holding on or anything. 1 minute we're standing here quietly, and next minute we've launched. Everyone thinks it's funny. The view is impressive. Definitely white out. It's not a day for the US Army to be flying. Looks like the windows are fogged up. It's on the outside, I think. Oh, look. A little opening there. That was it. A little bit of a house here.
Is jetzt ein bisschen funkstill.
Das Bungee Jumping these days.
Da kommt es wieder. Ja.
Looks like this is as far as this one goes. We have to bail out here.
Look, it's Lucerne.
Oh, Lucerne, we got so that's the end of that, right?
There's another cable car button.
So we're finished with that one. Been up that hill. Now we've got to make progress to the next one. There must be another one here somewhere. Well, this is the next model. There's one coming up. One going down in any minute now. Dennis reckons we can probably grab one as it goes past, but probably rock a bit. There is a little bit of visibility here. Visibility. Lots of people feeling equally disappointed about the lack of view. These things are not sent to try us very much.
You're closed, come on.
What was that?
It's closed.
So let's go and try the next exciting joint. Well, we're here, we're trying to choose a camel to get onto. So Val's made a decision. This was the one.
Next one, Val.
No, next one, Val. We've changed our mind. No, we're not getting on this one. No, definitely not. Not this one. Anything but this one. Bit of a cock up there. I don't know what actually happened there. So, anyway.
What was the cock up?
Well,
Door
open. The door jammed it. There's a bit of backlight problem here, Dennis. Can't really see you.
Shut by now.
No, so you.
Shut.
It's air conditioning. Look,
Shut.
it stays open like this.
Until.
No, so you can get air conditioning.
No.
Oh, look.
Shut
Now
it
it's
now.
oh.
Shut.
Oh.
Properly.
Oh, door shut. Okay, here we go. We're
Here we
launching. This is unreal. Oh, look, I hate the way those things go down like that.
Oh, no.
You watching?
Oh, shit.
Oh, Dennis. Hold my hand. Here it goes. Oh, don't panic.
You know
Oh,
what's going to happen here, don't you?
oh, you're. Oh, oh, oh.
I think this is bad. Any bad now. Holy shit!
It gets worse.
Here we go.
Are you kidding me? What am I doing? Holy shit!
Well, as I mentioned earlier, let's hope the American bloody Air Force isn't flying.
Oh, no.
Oh my
Look how
god!
pretty it is. Look up the side here. It's very
I haven't got
attractive.
time.
Wouldn't it be lovely with the snow on it?
Well, we've got a good view of a raindrop then, but they tell me there's a view out to the side.
That smell is
Somewhat
me.
limited.
Have you done enough?
Well, we're not a lot to see coming down here, but these trees are fairly tall.
Oh.
Oh dear, it's gone and done it again. So we're not going to waste film on it.
No.
Well, it's getting, yeah, it is. We're getting towards the base of this thing there. That's probably an old couple of chairs there. Before these were, yeah, before we got these fresh weird numbers.
Playground.
This battery's about to give up on me. Did you know that? Look at that little chalet, whatever they call it, in the glass. But we're about to come to the end of this ride, and just behind Dennis's head here, coming into view, is the exciting bit where you've got to bail out, otherwise you go all the way to the top again.
Yeah.
Get ready.
So, are we all in the brace position?
Yep.
The door's going
The door's
open.
going to fly open, and we're all going to get excited.
Go in.
That was all a false alarm. The battery failed. The door's still open, but there was a notice went past that said if we're going to Lucerne, stay on. So we
Yeah, we're at
3,375 feet still to go down. So watch the space. Any minute now, this door should slam shut.
I hope it does.
Oh, here it goes, right on schedule. Oh. I'll just pull the window open, and we'll listen for sound effects, special effects now.
Can we go around the corner this time?
No, go straight down.
Uh-oh. Did you see where that other car went?
Oh shit. One of these dudes.
Oh,
Here we
no.
go.
Oh, and the jiggery is not the camera, that's me. Oh shit.
Bloody hell. I wish
And what's it?
Oh, no.
Oh, downhill all the way.
wish they wouldn't do that.
These cows. Cows, look, black cows.
Where? Oh,
And
black
cows.
cows. Black cows. Oh,
Look at
Yep.
that.
and black
Look at the white
cows.
coats on them.
Yeah.
See, guys.
Someone has spotted some black-faced sheeps in the distance. Let's see if we can pull them in. Oh, amazing technology. They certainly need to wash their faces.
Here's the fence.
Did you hear that? That was a
Yes.
cowbell. If you
Right
listen
underneath
carefully.
us.
Underneath.
Yeah, they go there.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Let's drive it nuts. Some more. You there?
Yeah.
more bells.
Yep.
Ding-a-ling.
Yeah, ding-a-ling bells. Anyway, for those
Where he is.
very observant, that's why they put bells on them, so you can find them. There's a bit of a township in the gloom out there.
There's a lot of digging. There must be a bunch of cattle somewhere. Yeah.
Maybe it's tied to the bottom of this car.
With some decent pen. To the right, guys. Yeah, my right.
Someone's shaking the car.
Yeah.
There we are, that's the lake.
Amazing people.
Each one of them has
The
got
sheeps.
a bell on.
Sheeps is with
I
bells on.
think there might be. Yeah, each one has got a has got a bell on.
Yeah.
Well, so when they get lost, they can find them.
Yeah, I know.
I'm only guessing that. I read
That
it
is,
somewhere.
it's true.
Is it?
Yeah.
They
It's
will
so
come.
bloody costly, I guess.
Anyway, we're getting towards the end of this exciting journey.
Well, I think
The
so.
smell
About
is not
3,500
that
feet. Wish we stuck all of those barns.
Have a look at the barn.
Look at that derelict on
That
this
looks
side.
like his derelict.
I'll come back and have a look at that derelict old house. Dennis wants to know how much they want for this derelict old house here. It's not actually derelict, it's just the guy refused to pay his rates. When he had to pay them, that's how he could much he could afford for maintenance. So.
What's that noise?
What do you reckon about this grass on the roof here? Oh, roof gardens.
Yeah, they could be on it.
Yeah, this guy could mow this. Well, maybe. Look at that. Here's his curving bloody kiwis. Look at
There'll be
pla-
apartments in each one.
this is
Yeah.
the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Viv suggested.
Probably all like beers, they're probably hibernating now.
They're washing
Have they?
that. On the tea.
Well, there's no.
Well, it's all but over. Here, says most people. I can't actually pick up, there's a label there somewhere, but I can't read it. There it is. Can you read that? No. Anyway, we're about to go inside. And I guess what will happen is the door will open again. And we will be rudely
Don't
ejected.
get off.
Rudely ejected. Oh, I think we're going to have to... Sure.
I reckon.
Unless you want to go
They're
up again.
expanding.
Okay,
Expanding.
doors open. Everybody there.
Us gang.
Us gang.
Us gang.
Us gang. Us gang.
I'll take it.
No!
Snel. Oh!
Us gang.
Us gang exit. Okay, everyone's off. Cameraman off. Oh! Okay. Well, folks, how was that?
Awesome.
Was awesome? Well, here's the next step in it. It says Lausanne, bus number 1, 5-minute walk. Let's go do it. Well, we made it at least. There's big white swans everywhere. But what's more interesting is down over here, we haven't quite worked out what it is. There's a whole lot of bird type things in these separated areas. Well, there's some different coloured duck type things in here. I'm not really sure what they are. There's one feeding. And some other little critters down there. Look, they've got their colours painted on them. Fortunately, you can't get a clean squirt. Another one there. In contrast to the white ones, there's a few black ones here as well. So, where we go? Anyway, we're back here. The tower, the bridge. Very, very pretty little hanging basket things here. Look who we've found looking over the Royal Wave. Down here, it's still feeding time. Seems like I'm bloody crazy. Oh, let's get a look at this skyline. We haven't got this sign on tape yet. The old rat house. And just if we come along a little bit further to the right here, just about find out our place. I'm talking to myself here, but there it is there. It's their hotel. Let's put it in perspective again. In the old town, And this is from the bridge. This bridge has got all sorts of pictures which obviously have some significance to those that can read the language. So there's a sample. They run all the way through.
Making sure he gets back on the camera.
Also, I have a camera.
Well, there's home. We're just going to slide on past there and get something to eat before Val passes out. We'll look at it from back the other way. This is looking at the hotel from the other side, and our room. It's got to be that one there, I guess. With the queer stories. We'll have a look from the inside back later. How's that for a massive dash here in the middle of the blue sea? There's that church again, but what we came down here for, I'll have a look at, is the river coming across past that bridge, and it comes down here, man fishing. Oh well. But it changes level. Look at that. You pick all that up, you see, so it's coming around there, drops down there, there's a raging current running around there. See that water dripping here? Well, there's a bit of a fountain thing here. A little significance, but what's more interesting, that water at that level is now dropping down through something, coming out the bottom there. And just to add to the confusion, there's another ancient old bridge. Have a quick square of that. We'll come back to have a look at what this structure is here. And the best we can work out is we've actually got on this river in the middle of town a little power station. How about that? I think that's what it probably says there. Here's another perspective of it. It drops down there. Energy is extracted, water rushes on through, and this happens to be looking at it from this bridge. It's not an entirely new idea because if we come around here, there's another turbine and a plaque to explain. Have a look at this. But from 1887 to 89, we're also taking power off here. Here's the bridge again. There it is, the turbine. Now a bit of a museum piece. You see the water as it comes out of that change in level, comes swirling around there fairly well. The whole thing joins up. There we have that other bridge. Swirling away. Now have a look at this bridge closely. You'll see there's actually an arch there. Look a bit closer. Actually laminated arch. Really interesting piece of structure. I guess this is the start of where the walled city was.
93, okay.
So
He
that-
started work on it.
So that's that corner, is it? That's where we are.
Mm-hmm.
And you say 1393. Amazing. So we're on our way up here, right?
Gesturing.
And this is on the outside of this wall. And away she goes.
This one's a bit funny.
So, there's the wall. We'll go around the other side and look back.
Get some that colour.
I haven't seen him at home.
Do you want to get a look at it?
Yeah.
What we're commenting on is the colour of this here geranium. Isn't that amazing?
Would have been alright in those days. Yep.
The old window boxes.
Yeah.
And the gathered throng. Well, we've come around the other side of this here tower. And we're going to walk up there. Follow it around and see where it goes. Anyway, don't say anything for a moment while I get Dennis taking this very good photograph here of
Like this Vivi once so you can get back in.
Vivian walking up the hill.
It's going to clear up tomorrow.
Hey?
Look. It's going to be really fine tomorrow.
This is one way of stopping having too many visitors. You put a wall of this dimension up. You put the odd tower up here just to keep them really on their toes. And you put one fairly frequently so you can keep an eye on them. Anyway, it looks like you've got to go down before you can go up. And the object of this exercise is to get up here somewhere. So why don't we go and try it? It looks a bit like Jim Morris's brother standing up here. These guys like to stand on the highest point. In this case he's really high, as we will show you. Good view, Dennis? Awesome. We're on top of that tower anyway, so we'll just come around here. Bird's holding on for grim death. This is looking up along to the next tower, but equally interesting. It's the harbour down there. Well, harbour I suppose on a lake. Paddle steamer. Well, there we are. We've actually come up a little bit further. I'll give you a clue in a minute. And that's where we sailed from. And there's the station. And there's the thingy by the old bridge. The tower clock in front there. Take another breath. There we are, coming around again. The river. Now you get a better idea of how that river changes its flow. You can see the power station in the foreground, the other water running off down there. You can actually see the flow out of the power station. And also pick up that old bridge again. So, really incredible. Like sitting on top of the world. And pleasing to see the weather might have cleared anyway. Well, that's as close as I can get to you, Val, because if I leaned out any further I'd probably fall on my head. I'll try and get a bit of a zoom on you. We're way, way up in the sky, and you're talking to the locals again. I'll give you a look at what we're actually doing here. Walking through, there's a buttress. There. Well, if we can just go in there for a moment, you can just make out the top of that tower. That's where we've just come down from. The walled village, the village for the wall continues on around here. There she goes, up here. Oh, another tower there. I don't know how high this wall looks, it's huge. It carries on down here. And I think, pretty sure that's the photo, that's the tower. No, it isn't. It's that next one along. It's the one we got a photo of from down the street. There's a clock on it. It goes off at 58 minutes because it's allowed to go off first. Anyway, here's the entrance to this other tower, which apparently will get us up onto the top of the ramparts. You don't go to the top on this one, just to the ramparts. And here we are, popping out to the top of the wall.
They're a bit really thin on it.
And here's the view as you come out. Well, there we go. Heading along here. But anyway, there's a bit of a circuit here. We'll have a look at it. We're actually going against the recommended flow. That's where we're heading. All this trouble just to stop visitors. Fairly steep when you look over the edge. And we progress along here a little further until we come to the next tower. And we're not going to be able to get... we'll try and... You can probably make out there's a clock face there, but we won't be able to see it from this angle. Well, according to that, it's about 5 to 5. Anyway, there we are, looking back down the other way. Here we're going the other way now. We've actually given way to steps. So the wall's obviously changing shape. Guess it's following contours. Well, we've had to come inside now. Oh, listen to that, Dennis. There's a dying. Oh, that's that clock.
Shit, that is scared me. Jesus, that'd be really up there. At least people in that house. You think?
Are they? Are they coming? They live in that house and they've come outside, have they? Okay. Yeah. I've lost them. He's in training because tomorrow, north face of the Eiger. Don't think they've got stairs like this. Have you got your crampons?
Yeah.
Oh, just get all higher, Pearly, like. It won't take me long.
And I said I wasn't going to come.
Yeah.
I would have been sorry.
Well, we've just climbed down off the ramparts there. There's some guy up here that we're not sure whether he's had too much Heineken or too much Rouge, but his nose is a bit red. But that's not really what we came out here to have a look at. Look at this ivy on the wall, will you? How's that? Change of venue. This is really a toy shop for adults. Let's have a look down here. You wouldn't want to be a chocoholic here. Everywhere you look. Yes. Everything's chocolate. I'll show you a bar of chocolate that's worth a look at. This is the biggest Toblerone I think I have ever seen. And I'll just have a quick look at the price there. 4.5 kilos, 99. That's about 140 New Zealand dollars for a bar of chocolate. You could become addicted to this stuff. Oops, it does a busy old job, this place. Well done.
Sorry, pulling it out so you can see it.
So there we are, everywhere you look. Well, we're back with this young fellow again, but what we should have a closer look at is this window here where Valerie's been drawn to like a big magnet. Yes, Val?
Yeah.
I'm coming. She must have seen something she wanted. One of those.
One from Lucerne.
Yeah.
No, and we were going to hang them. We haven't got any room.
And we've got these little chappies down here.
Look at this one.
And they're all
That's what I reckon what we need to put in the lump
jingle, jingle, jingle.
Something like that.
And then up here we've got the old clock.
Where's my bag?
Dennis is holding it. Slightly larger.
Oh, here's a deal one. No, it's not. It's further along.
Dennis is holding it. Slightly larger.
Oh, here's a deal one. That's not better off.